So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
And I'm Isaac from Kublai Khan.
and we're asking some questions today about their upcoming EP, Lowest Form of Animal. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Good. It's been really good so far. Just a nice continuation of what we've been doing.
Hell
Just
yeah,
happy to get some more music out there.
the EP's great. I listened to it earlier. Jesus, so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yes, but you're speaking to the wrong band member for that.
Dang.
Everything lyrical and sort of when it comes to the creative like concepts of the albums and stuff, that's really all that's Matt. That's his department. And so yeah, you grabbed the wrong guy for that one. I'm just I help with the writing. I do a lot of the writing and sort of the organization of the band, but when it comes to the creative, the lyrical and the concepts and stuff, that's all Matt. Like,
All right, fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this EP?
yeah, it's about the same as sort of we've been doing for a while, which is we all live in different states. And so as we get closer to our recording session, Nolan will sort of write 200 riffs and just send them in an email. He'll just send us just
200 riffs.
yeah, just like here's a thread of just nothing but guitar riffs. And then we all just kind of listen, pick through the ones we like, where we want to start songs. Matt's always got ideas, like big concept ideas for songs. We do most of our writing just in the studio because that's really the only time we can all get together because we are in 4 different states now. And yeah, so we do a lot of the writing in the studio. You know, we go there, I think we had like 3 weeks this time to get the whole thing done and just, yeah, spend a week or two like finishing up all the song ideas and then just tracking, just spend, 20 hours a day working, tracking songs. So
Jeez.
Wow.
So you guys aren't like a big, like, we're going to sit down over Zoom and we're going to work on this for 6 hours? No.
and we're not a like, there's one mastermind, there's one guitar player who writes the whole song, he programs drums, he writes the lyrics. Like that's also not how we operate. We really are a jam, we're a jam band. We started in a garage and I mean, we're still doing the same stuff we started 10 years ago. Like we just, when we want to write music, we get together in a room and we just play loud until it works. Like,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's pretty mean potatoes. There's not a whole lot to it. So
Okay, that's fair. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this EP and the meaning behind it.
Or the meaning to you.
Meaning to you.
I think just sort of there's a bit of repetition with the let the rough end drag. I think that's sort of a theme of the album. And I really like it just because I don't know, I feel like it speaks pretty true to just how we all operate through life. Like we don't always, get super lucky. Sometimes you got to deal with just shit situations, but you got to push through it and get through it how you have to get through it, And I think that's sort of it's a good theme for the album. It's a good theme for how we all just sort of deal with our own personal problems and how we operate. So big fan of that. I think it's a good theme of the album.
I like that. All right. So where was your headspace at while you were writing this EP?
Kind of strange if we're being honest, because this is mid COVID. This is a year after lockdown is when we recorded. So none of us have seen each other. We're not really talking. We're all doing our own things. Like Eric and Matt both started careers, just to stay afloat through all that. And I moved across the country. Nolan moved across the country. Matt moved across the country. Like we've all gone through really big, life events during a pandemic, which itself is a big life event. And so to come together and finally get to do some writing again it was strange because it feels like we hadn't seen each other in so long. And we just, picked up right where we left off, but it was just kind of a strange feeling because we haven't, this job it's a 24/7 job.
Definitely.
and then to just turn it off completely for a year is really, really odd. But yeah, just, I mean, it came back just right back to it at that point, and since then we've been pretty busy because that's about the time when we started booking stuff for, things started to open up. So we started being able to book tours and work on like the release and like new merch and all that stuff. So it was kind of like the pivot point for us of just things coming back to life. So yeah, I don't know, kind of a weird headspace, but it was relieving to know that everything is like, okay, like it was just such a, like, everything's back, it's all working, it's okay. So yeah, just kind of a strange thing.
And it's good to hear that everything was like very organic coming back. None of it was forced.
Yeah.
It was all just like, we're back, let's do it. Like,
yeah, I mean,
back.
none of us have, we've all been doing live stuff, but we're all still the same guys. So it's easy to just, and we're all best friends. So it's real easy to just pick up right where we left off.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should they play it in the car with friends, stuck with headphones on? Should they blast at a party, work out to it? What do you personally recommend?
Whatever you want to do with it. I feel like we kind of have I think just sitting by yourself with headphones is the best way to listen to almost any album. Because then you can really absorb it. You get the quality that the producers and engineers intended. You can focus on every part of it. But I feel like our music that's not its shining spot. It is. It's a listen to it in the gym while you're running, background at the tattoo shop. Like that's sort of where our music sits in this world. So yeah, I don't know. Any way you want to listen to it, I'm happy. I'm happy to share it with you. So I'm not going to tell you any one way. Just however you want to take it in, take it in.
Fair enough. All right.
For sure.
This question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words, no more, no less.
Heavy, organic. I don't have a third one.
Come on.
It's just more us, it's just another Kublai Khan record. What I think is just taking it the next step further. This is the wrong
original, organic. I don't know.
It is organic. It's a very organic Kublai Khan record. An original record. It's still what we've been doing. Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's conventional, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a good third word for you.
Okay. That's fine.
Well, hey, we'll take it. It's all
Okay.
good. It's all good. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to invoke in your listeners?
It's kind of sad, if we're being honest. Like, just sort of the stuff that is being talked about it's a little sad when it comes down to it. I think a lot of Matt's stuff is sad though. When you break it down to like a core level, I think a lot of his stuff is pretty sad. Yeah, I think that's probably the word I would describe. It's a heavy topic, and it really can weigh you down if you get stuck on it for too long. Because I feel like everybody, not everybody's been through this, but you probably know somebody who has been through something similar to, the lyrical content. And it just like, it can drudge up some like bad stuff if you let it. Then also, if you just want to listen and take it on a surface level and mosh, that's also fine. So, yeah, I think sad is the word I would use to, sorry, my little guy's barking. Describe this one.
Can we meet your dog?
Come here.
Yes.
Come here. Here's my little guy.
Hi.
Hello. Oh my
is-
god.
Oh, this is Sumo. He's my little doodle.
We love
Hi,
Sumo.
Oh my god.
Sumo's
It's
so cute.
adorable.
There's a big
Wow.
one down here too.
Is Sumo a puppy?
Sumo's like a year and a half old. He's,
So tiny. He's so
Yeah,
small.
he's small. He's a mini Schnauzer pit bull mix that we rescued.
Oh.
He's a good one. He's just a little unruly. And then I got another one down here. I don't know if you can.
Oh my god.
Hi, dog.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, that's Kiwi. She's about 2 now. Yeah, and she's an Aussie Doodle.
Oh, hi Kiwi. Hi Sumo.
Guys.
They're adorable.
Yeah,
They're
They're
absolutely
great.
adorable.
That's what I've been doing through the pandemic, is just dealing with 2 dogs. So
Definitely keeps you busy.
Yeah.
yeah.
So since you said like obviously the lyrical content and everything on the album is so hard and you're so involved in the writing process, how do you like keep yourself from being so down during that?
Writing is definitely a rough piece of what we do. Because I don't really delve into the lyrics too much, that's not really the weight for me.
Mhm.
I know it gets kind of hard for Matt, because he's just, like when he's writing lyrics, he's got to get it done. He has a deadline.
Mhm.
And so he's just, all your creative focus, as much as you can put into it, just stuck in this topic of, he doesn't talk about happy things, and he's just stuck there until he gets it all done. And then once he finishes writing, he has to perform it for the rest of his career. So,
Yeah.
it can be a little bummy at times. Writing definitely gets hard. Like when we're all, we go to this location and write all day until we can't write anymore. And if we get stuck, we butt heads. Like it can be like a bummer to just try and things aren't working. Yeah, it can just kind of suck writing. But then when you get it done, you get a part you're happy with. It all just sort of washes all that away. Like you're just good. So it's a weird piece of the job, I think.
Definitely. So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this EP, if any?
That's a hard one. I want to just say like Bury Your Dead and Throwdown, like always. I don't think any of us listen to a whole lot of current stuff, or like even in this genre. I think we're all pretty far outside of it, as far as our personal tastes. Yeah, but and then when it comes to the musical, the musical stuff, what we want to sound like is just, we started this band 10 years ago, wrote a couple records, and then every time we write an album, we're trying to just sound like ourselves. We're trying to just let it come out, like not trying to sound like anybody else, because then I feel like you're not a band at that point if you're trying to sound like somebody else. So we all try really hard to just sort of do our own thing. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot of like current influences for this. I feel like we just get together and we just jam, and whatever comes out, and there's no like imitating it, I guess. I don't know. Sort of a weird question for me.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the best thing for bands now. It's just you don't sound like just a ripoff of another band or a cover band of another band, because it's you. That's your sound.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal for me, because if we just sounded like another band, just go listen to that band. They did it better, like. So I don't know. I think that's a strange thing that happens in this genre, just trying to rip off and sound identical to another band, because we already have that band. Like you don't need to recreate it.
And you said like you don't listen to like much hardcore or whatever, at least newer stuff. Then what are you listening to? Because I always think it's interesting to hear from these artists.
Weird, a little bit of country.
Okay.
Like some hip hop, not even much. A lot of pop. I listen to a lot of top 40s. Honestly, I listen to K-pop. Like I'm in a weird Japanese like city pop phase right now, and it's just kind of background music to me when I'm doing other stuff. It's not very often that I sit down and just put on a record, and if I do, it's Tears for Fears, probably. Like I'll just listen to one of their records all the way through, or I mean there are like the metal hardcore bands that I like. I'm a big fan of Turnstile. I think what they're doing is really good. Obvious, Meshuggah, Gojira, all the classics are still, they're it. So
yeah.
Wow.
It's always just so funny to me when we interview these heavier artists, and they're like, so yeah, I listen to pop in my free time, and I'm like, but you wrote this
That makes
brutal
no
record.
sense.
Like,
in the van, like 90% of the time in the van on tour, we're listening to like 40s country. Like that's like what's on the radio like at almost all times. So
I love that.
Wow. Country
Yeah.
is also a very consistent, it's what a lot of metal or harder bands listen to. It's insane because
yeah,
I don't see how they correlate at all, but usually it comes up. It's
I don't know. I think the only way that I would say they correlate is lyrically. I think there's a lot of crossover. Well, I don't know. Most country songs I want to say are about a girl, and I don't think that's our vein. But there, I mean, there's some like sort of the writing styles are similar despite the topics being different. I think Matt might draw a lot of that from some of his country, stuff. So yeah, it's a weird. I also think it's weird, but
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where when you spend, I spend every day of my life at a show listening to heavy music, like in person, new bands every day. And so in my free time, I want to be as far from that as possible. I just want to take it, like, let my ears rest and like listen to something different. And for me specifically, just being a drummer, I have a hard time listening to anything and not just focusing on the drums. So listening to a genre like pop or like country where the drums are really not the focus is relaxing for me because there's nothing for me to just focus on. So I can actually just like enjoy some other piece of it. But if I'm listening to a metal band, I'm only listening to the drummer anytime. So that might also be part of it. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
I'm just gonna say a Swiss cake roll and like coffee. I'm just a big coffee guy. I'll just down coffee all day. So I'm gonna do coffee, and I'm gonna do probably just a Swiss cake roll. I'm not a big snack guy. Usually it's just coffee. Sunflower seeds are a big one for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big snack guy.
Okay.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the coffee and sunflower seeds. I do a lot of driving, and that's my driving routine. Keep me awake and keep me just going, I guess.
Fair enough. All right.
And how you taking that coffee?
It's black.
Oh my
black
God.
coffee.
The
I
way
was
God
worried.
intended.
God. Okay.
Yeah, nothing in it.
So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be?
Ooh, maybe like a big steamy plate of fajitas, like chicken fajitas, everything in there. That's
good.
That
All
makes
right.
sense in my head. Yeah, that makes sense. So for these last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Sick. So we're actually going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
You're gonna hate this. Everybody hates this.
Oh no.
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay.
And a cup of black coffee.
Oh.
I'm like one of those nasty creatures of habits. I don't need anything. I love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I could eat it every day. And then if I get there, if I end up on death row for some reason, if I've done some horrid crime, that's what I'm having. Just a PB&J, nothing fancy, crunchy peanut butter.
There you go.
Cup of coffee.
Black coffee.
Just black. Yeah.
No sugar?
I'm good. No, I'm good. Like I'm food. Nothing crazy. I know that's the worst answer. I've answered that question to a lot of people and they always get mad at me. I'm sticking by my answer though. That's it. That's all I need.
Okay.
I can respect that.
All right.
But I am a little worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little concerned.
So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
A fiction world? Like a movie or a sci-fi? I'm trying to think of some horrible place that would just be exciting for a week.
Ooh, okay. Let's hope you don't die.
Oh, I guess if I die
That
there,
would
I'm
suck,
dead. Huh?
Yeah.
Dang. So it's got to be somewhere cool, somewhere accessible for everybody. Like if I go to like Harry Potter, do I get to be a wizard or am I just a guy on the street?
I mean, who would want to be a guy? You'd be.
Well,
a wizard.
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool. I want to be somewhere where I've got like powers if I'm going anywhere. So yeah, wherever's gonna allow me to do some crazy stuff for a week. Like if I can be a wizard somewhere, or if I can get some superpowers. I'll go there because that would be all right.
Okay.
I don't want to go anywhere that's just like normal world. I already have that here. You know,
Exactly.
I got that here.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I don't have a good specific world.
Mhm.
I'm not like a crazy fandom of anything particular.
That's fair. That's fair. Since you brought up Harry Potter, I wanted to ask, what Hogwarts house are you?
I did that test. I remember that test a while ago. Nolan made me do it, and I definitely got Slytherin, and I definitely had like the evil murder wand. So I think I'm like fully chaotic evil on the spectrum. I think that's where I sit. Yeah,
It's good.
Okay.
That's good. There's no shame in Slytherin. It's a
Yeah.
pretty cool house. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's just
Yeah.
where all the bad guys end up, right? I don't
It's-
know a whole lot about it.
It's just a coincidence, you know? It's a good house. I'm sure it's a good
Okay.
house.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
I'm gonna go with purple.
Okay.
I think purple is a fun color. It's not very common. Yeah, I think purple.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Do you have a specific shade of purple?
Just like a nice neutral. Like when you think purple on the
Mhm.
color wheel, like right in
Mhm.
the middle, like that standard purple. I have an orange glitter drum set. Orange is probably my second. One sec.
Is Sumo
Sorry.
throwing a fit?
Yeah, he's throwing a fit. He sees something he can't reach because he's so small.
Aw.
Yeah, I've got an orange. Orange would be my second. I've got like an orange car. I've got orange cases. My house is orange. My drum set's an orange glitter, and I really want a purple glitter drum set, but they're kind of hard to find. Not everybody makes one. So
Oh,
yeah,
Very,
That's a
very
good color.
solid.
yeah.
So as Glory said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
just new EP. It's out April 1st, I believe. It's
Mhm.
not a joke. I think it's out April 1st. Give a listen if you want. If not, yep, whatever. Like, if you like it, cool. If not,
That's cool.
it wasn't written for you. I don't know.
All
Like,
right.
Exactly. There you go.
All right.
yeah, we did. I mean, we worked hard on it. We recorded it about a year ago, and we're just finally getting around to. I mean, it's coming out. Doing a bunch of touring coming up. We're about to do a tour with Knock Loose Movements and Koyo.
It's a
That's
sick
going to be
tour.
really, really, yeah,
Mhm.
that's going to be a really good one for us. I'm really excited about that one. Yeah, we got a lot more coming. We just haven't announced it yet. So keep your eyes peeled, I suppose.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you for now. This has been Isaac from Kublai Khan, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.